I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people are still getting wrong. And I say that not to be critical, but because I was getting it wrong myself for a long time. Most people think of sunscreen as the last step in their routine that they do before they walk out the door. And they grab whatever's on the shelf without thinking too much about what's actually in it or how it actually works on their skin. Then they wonder why it feels heavy, why it leaves a white cast, why their skin breaks out, or why they simply don't want to wear it consistently. The conversation changes completely when you understand the difference between chemical and mineral sunscreen, and it changes even further when you find mineral sunscreens that are genuinely elegant to wear. So today I'm doing a deep dive comparison between two premium tinted mineral sunscreens that have both earned a place in my regular rotation. The ISDIN Eryfotona Ageless and the Colorescience Sun Forgettable Total Protection Face Shield. Both SPF 50, both mineral, both tinted, and yet meaningfully different in ways that determine when and why I reach for each one. So let me start with the mineral piece because I think it's so worth understanding before anything else. Mineral sunscreens work differently from chemical sunscreens in a fundamental way. Chemical sunscreens absorb into the skin and then absorb UV rays, converting them to heat. Mineral sunscreens sit on top of the skin and physically deflect and scatter UV rays before they can penetrate. They are surface sunscreens. They don't sink in, they form a protective layer on top of the skin. That distinction matters for a lot of reasons. For anyone with sensitive skin, it matters because mineral sunscreens are generally less likely to cause irritation or breakouts. For anyone who is mindful about what absorbs into their body, it matters because mineral filters stay on the surface. And for daily consistent use, it matters because a sunscreen that doesn't irritate or clog pores is one people actually wear every single day, and consistency is everything in sun protection. Both of these sunscreens use zinc oxide as their primary mineral filter, and both deliver broad spectrum SPF 50 coverage. That's the foundation they share. Now let me get into where they diverge because the differences are real and meaningful. So let's start with the ISDIN Eryfotona Ageless. So this is one of the most scientifically sophisticated consumer sunscreens available right now. And the reason it stands apart goes well beyond just SPF. The formula contains something called DNA repairsomes. And this is genuinely unique technology that I don't see in other sunscreens at this level. These are photolase enzymes derived from plankton, and photolase has clinical research behind it supporting its ability to actually help repair existing UV-induced DNA damage in the skin, damage that has already happened from past sun exposure. Most sunscreens prevent new damage. This one works to help address what's already there while preventing new damage simultaneously. That's a meaningful distinction, especially for anyone in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond who has years of sun exposure already accumulated. The formula also contains a peptide complex and peptide Q10, which support collagen and help with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and vitamin E, a well-established antioxidant that supports the skin's natural defense against environmental damage. The texture is ultra light, almost water-like when it goes on, and it absorbs beautifully without any heaviness or greasiness. It does come in one universal tint, which works really well for me and blends seamlessly into my skin without leaving any white cast. The finish is slightly matte and refined, and it wears really comfortably throughout the day. For a day when I'm running errands, moving quickly, not thinking too much about makeup, this is what I reach for. It functions perfectly as a tinted moisturizer with serious sun protection built in. And I can go out the door feeling put together without having done very much at all. So you have to remember to shake it. And you can kind of hear the little ball in there to break up anything. So I like that the tint is subtle, it's even, and natural looking. It's not cakey, not heavy, it's not obvious. It just makes the skin look more even and more awake, a beautiful everyday option. So now let's talk about the Colorescience Sun Forgettable Total Protection Face Shield. This is a different kind of experience and a different kind of formula. And the thing I want to highlight most is the color correcting aspect, because it's one of my favorite things about it. This goes on white, like visibly white. And I want you to watch what happens when I do blend it in. So because it starts to match my skin tone as it's worked into the skin, so you can see how white that is. As you rub, see how it changes? All that technology is understanding the color of my skin and blending it perfectly. The adaptation is really satisfying to watch, and it means the coverage is genuinely customizing itself to my complexion rather than applying a preset tint that may or may not work perfectly. So the technology behind Colorescience is what they call EnviroScreen technology. And that goes beyond UV protection in a way that's worth understanding. It's designed to protect against UVA and UVB rays, but also against pollution, blue light, which is the high energy visible light emitted by screens and the sun, and infrared radiation. We're exposed to all these every single day, and most sunscreens only address UV. The broader protection profile of this formula reflects a more complete understanding of what skin is actually up against in everyday life. It contains niacinamide, 2%, which, as I've mentioned before, is one of the most versatile and beneficial skincare ingredients available. It supports an even skin tone. It helps minimize the appearance of pores and strengthens the skin barrier. Having it in a daily sunscreen means the product is actively supporting skin health while it's protecting it. The texture is lightweight and hydration is all there, oil-free, non-comedogenic, and it blends to a really natural finish that I find looks beautiful on the skin, and it actually photographs well too. This is the one I reach for when I'm getting together with friends or going somewhere where I want my skin to look particularly refined and polished. The color correcting quality and the way it adapts to my skin tone means the finish looks more seamlessly blended than a pre-tinted formula. And for social occasions where my skin is going to be seen up close and in different lighting, that matters to me. So let me give you my honest overall comparison. So both sunscreens are mineral. Both are SPF 50. Both are non-greasy. I should switch them around. Non-heavy and genuinely comfortable to wear. Both are non-comedogenic and suitable for sensitive skin. They both deliver beautiful results in different ways. The ISDIN wins on ingredient innovation and anti-aging science. The DNA repairosome technology is genuinely unique at this level, and the peptide complex adds a meaningful skincare dimension to daily sun protection. If I had to choose one purely on what the formula is doing for my skin beyond protection, ISDIN is the more scientifically advanced option. The Colorescience wins on adaptability and finish. The color correcting technology that adjusts to my skin tone, combined with the broader environmental protection from EnviroScreen technology and the niacinamide benefit, makes it more cosmetically refined. It's the option for situations where appearance matters most. What I've landed on is exactly what I've been doing, using both for different situations, knowing that either way my skin is protected, mineral covered, and being treated with something genuinely high quality. So both earn their place in my routine and both earn my recommendation without hesitation. And one last note, this one does come in a huge variety of tint colors. So this matches my face more. It doesn't really match my hands so much, but the matte is genuinely beautiful. So I'm a big fan of both of these. Go check them out.